Such a good team.
No, I think it's great. I just want to make room for others to get involved. So
Check my email, I'll invite myself posting page.
yeah, if it's okay. Not too much. Then going 5 or 7 later?
He thought he would make it back and
We're missing 2 people.
Saw the agenda and said, eh.
Sorry.
It's not.
I'm not phone anymore. I'm reading from a piece of paper.
All right. Let's call the meeting order, September 10th, 2024. Please stand for the pledge. The flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Councilmember Woods,
Excused.
Councilmember Richardson,
Present.
Councilmember Carlton,
Here.
Councilmember Kangeiser, here, Councilmember Hess,
Here. Oh.
Councilmember Palmer.
Here.
Councilmember Kaminsky. Here. Mayor DePinto. Here.
All right, can we get agenda approval?
To approve the agenda.
Second.
I'm going to give it to Terry. Councilmember Kaminsky. Has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the agenda? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. You have agenda. Jay, we have a special presentation. We have a proclamation for National Voter Registration Day. We have Tilly Puller from the Thurston County Elections Office. She's the elections manager down there. I'll go ahead and read the proclamation, and Tilly can say a few words if she likes. City of Yelm proclamation, National Voter Registration Day. Whereas registering to vote empowers eligible citizens to exercise their right to vote on Election Day. And whereas Thurston County is committed to strengthening democracy by encouraging voter registration and increasing participation in all elections. And whereas civic-minded people and organizations have collaborated to establish September 17th, 2024 as National Voter Registration Day. And whereas the goal for the 2024 National Voter Registration Day is to create awareness of elections and motivate eligible citizens to vote in coming months. And whereas the strength of our democracy depends on the willingness of our citizens to participate by choosing the people who will lead us and by voicing their opinions on important matters that will come before the voters on Election Day. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Joe DePinto, Mayor of City of Yelm, do hereby recognize September 17, 2024 as National Voter Registration Day in Yelm and encourage all eligible residents to register and vote. Signed, City of Yelm, Washington, the 17th day of September 2024. Ellie, please.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So this year is incredible for us. We actually have passed 200,000 registered voters in Thurston County. So that's a huge achievement for us. Voter registration has never been easier. You can go online, you can register to vote. 16 and 17-year-olds can also pre-register to vote in our state. There's also same-day voter registration, so anybody on Election Day can come to us on Election Day, register to vote, and then get a ballot for the election. This year is incredible because this is our 11th year of National Voter Registration Day. A lot of it is the efforts that you guys put out in helping us get that word out. We do appreciate all of your efforts, the auditor does, and so does the staff in the auditor's office. For those of you guys that are watching remotely, it is as simple as just clicking or going online to votewa.gov, and you could just register. You'll just need the last 4 of your Social Security, your state driver's license, or your state ID to get registered to vote. One of the fun parts that we have done this year is we have opened our new voter registration home. And for those of you guys that have been out to our ballot processing center, we are just across the street. And that is our forever home for our voter registration. We look forward to serving our voters this year. We are anticipating about 2,000 people coming to our facility on Election Day, which is November 5th, to register and get a ballot for this upcoming election. Thank you again for all of your efforts, and thank you for your support and partnership in this endeavor. I am here to answer whatever questions. I am not the auditor, so don't stump me.
Any questions from the council? Councilmember Kaminsky?
Do they hand count the ballots? How do they actually tally everything?
So we do have a tabulation system that does do our tabulation for us. I have a staff of about 150 employees that come out to our facility. If you have not toured, I encourage you. The mayor has been there a couple of times and have seen our facility in process as we work through the ballots that we get in from our voters. We live stream. Yeah. So at any time that you don't necessarily want to come to our facility, please go. We have it accessible to anybody 20 days before Election Day.
Tilly, you did hand count just recently, didn't
So
you?
we did do a recount, yes, and that's a statewide for the Commissioner of Public Lands, and that was the second and the third place. The difference of the two was 51 votes statewide. So what does that mean to us? Every vote matters. So the state did certify that recount. The net gain was, the minus was for, I believe is for Peterson. She lost 2 votes. So the end of that recount, it was 49 votes for Up the Groove, who did move on to the general election.
That live stream, Terry, is actually really interesting because it's really live. And so you can tell when there's like there's no ballots at all. Everybody's just kind of sitting around like, "Ooh," and all of a sudden a big drop comes in.
But are the ballots going through a machine?
We do. So our tabulation, yes. So we do have our system, and that's our tabulation system with election system and software. That's our vendor. And so that's who has been certified through the state, and that's who does help us with our tabulation.
So my real question was, are we using those controversial Dominion?
No, we do not have. Out of the 39 counties in our state, there's only 1 county that has that system, and that is Franklin County in Eastern Washington. Yes.
Hanging chats.
Yes. No more getting a chance. Yes.
Tilly, you've been with the auditor's office for a while, haven't you?
I'm going on 25 years.
Let's say you were there when I first registered in 2015.
Yes, I remember. Yes.
They have a really good staffing over at the auditor's office. I think you recently got an award last year, a federal award for the drive-through system you had.
Correct, a 2000 election, and that was a huge election for us. We took over South Puget Sound Community College, and so we were one of the first in the state, in the country, to have that drive-through option for our voters
I used to.
during the pandemic. Yes.
Councilor Crossman.
You said 2,000 voters on
200,000? Did I say
you
2?
said 2,000 on election day?
That is our expectation. Yes.
Where are those people come from? Why are they, is that this like people turn 18 or?
It's a little bit of
Why are you
everything.
getting a big jump on, and that's just Thurston County, right?
So we can in our state, we can register anybody that doesn't necessarily have to be a Thurston County voter. So let's say I'm new to the state and I live or I have family in Thurston and that's where I would reside, but I can't get to Thurston County. I could go to Clark County and I can register there. They will issue me a ballot for Thurston County so that I can use that to vote in this November election. We are anticipating 2,000 in 2020. We received about 1,600 of those voters that came through our drive-through that the mayor talked about. And those are new to the state, are changing their address. That needs to get an updated ballot because their address is different than what we have in our system. Those voters that are of an inactive status, which means when we receive something from you as an undeliverable, you get put in this inactive status, where a ballot isn't automatically mailed to you, but you're still in our system so we can activate you and then get you a ballot. Sir.
Are you open prior to that?
We are.
Day?
Yes, so
Just wondering why the mad rush is on election day.
so we also have
Yeah.
I have a son that's 18 and he's a procrastinator.
Yeah.
And so we do have some of those individuals that also wait till the last day. A lot of folks also think that you only vote on election day. So our influx of what we get in from the ballots that will come to us, we're going to see a huge increase, which we regularly see every election where voters wait till election day to return their voted ballot to us. Yes.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm listening and so then somebody who's new to the state, do they have to have residency here for a certain amount of time? They can just be, I'm crossing over the border
Correct. And that's
and I'm here, I'm gonna vote today as a state Washingtonian.
correct. Yeah. And that's with that same day voter registration that passed with the legislature a couple of years ago.
No physical address, no residency, just I'm here.
So you have to establish a residency. So when you register, you have to give us a residency because that determines your ballot, because that puts you in a precinct.
Gotcha.
So in order for me to get you the correct ballot, I need to know kind of where you lay your head.
Gotcha.
Is kind of the idea that we tell our voters when they come in.
And that vote counts, say, even if that person comes in, votes, and then decides to leave the next week.
They register to vote on election day and we are legally obligated to register you on that
They
day.
can't vote in multiple jurisdictions.
No, you cannot, no. And our system is one system. So we do have through the state, does have a database that we all 39 counties funnel into. And so that database is shared with all of us. So let's say, Joseph, if you were to register at a Pierce County tomorrow, our system will know, and then we'll change your address from Thurston to Pierce County.
So if there's a duplicate, they're like, no,
No, it gets caught, yes.
just one.
Correct, sir. We only vote one ballot. It doesn't matter how many times a person returns the ballot to us. We're only counting that first ballot that we get in.
Because I've had people ask me if I'm a US citizen. I'm like, stop it right now.
Me too.
So I'm like, just quit.
Me too. I'm from Guam. I'm a Pacific Islander. Proud of it. I am, yes.
Good deal.
Yes, yes.
Any other questions?
You're not supposed to stump me.
You have
So one of the fun things I do want to say, I'm sorry, Mayor, is that we do work with your library here. So Timberland Library is our other partner. And so on election day, actually the Friday before election day, the Saturday, the Monday, and on election day, they are open to help any of the voters, not just in Yelm, but any of the surrounding area voters that need to register or to get a ballot that can't necessarily get to us in Tumwater. So I do want to let that be known that our partnership, not just with you, with our libraries is exceptional. So please thank those librarians too when you go to the library today.
Be sure to post it on our social media.
Will do, yes.
We can give you a copy of the signed proclamation and please give Auditor Hall my best.
I will, thank you.
All right, moving on. We have a public comment. We don't have any, is anyone from the board wish to address the council? Anyone online?
We do not have any hands raised.
All right, we will move on to our consent agenda. We have the August 27th, 2024 regular meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Councilmember Kaminsky.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Give it to Councilmember Palmer on this one. Second by Councilmember Palmer. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Just waiting for Councilmember Hess. All those opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Is he still on one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on to new business. There's none scheduled. Moving on to old business, none scheduled. It's going to be a quick meeting. Standing Council Committee reports, Public Safety Committee. Yes, but
Okay, there we go. I apologize.
Nope.
Apologize. Okay,
Please.
for the safety meeting, it was a really good meeting. We covered the topics from August, such as National Night Out, which was a really good event. Apologize for my dogs. Let's see, we also they're also working on managing the increased pursuits, which they're working on. They're getting much better at it. And the chief had noticed that a lot of the people are getting a little bit not so anxious about it, but are becoming a lot calmer. You can hear it in the voices. There was also the active shooter drill exercise that was done. That was it was in our area. They also had dispatch and fire included. So it turned out to be a really good project. And then we also have the A-Ride, which will be it instructs the officers in reference to DUI indicators. And that will be September 18th and September 19th. And there will be multiple agencies involved with that. Also on October 2nd at the Ship Lap from 10 to 11, it will be a coffee with a cop. Nice little opportunity to meet up with the chief and be able to discuss your issues in reference to public safety. Court reported that right now, in reference to passports, they're only doing them on Tuesday from 7:30 to 5 p.m. And they ask that you please schedule at least a week, if not 2 weeks out. And that's it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Hess. Moving on to Public Services Committee.
No meeting.
All right, moving on to Finance Committee.
we just had a brief meeting and letting you know that the budget is complete and the city passed flying colors. Everything was good to go. What?
Audit.
Oh, sorry, the audit of the budget. Thank you. Start again. The audit is completed. It was done. There's no issues, no problems. And our finance director credited that to the cohesive ability of all the departments to work in their good relationships. And we will be having more budget workshops throughout the year.
Thank you, Councilmember Kaminsky. All right, Mayor, City Administrator, staff reports. Todd?
A couple of things to add to that. Much of the staff went through public records training last week. We had a day and a half over at the community center. Kathy helped set that up for us to attend. I think there was 12 of us that attended. It was great. And we have a lot of public records requests we're working on currently. Many of you may have seen in the PD, we had the homicide suspect come and turn himself in last week, walked into the front lobby and turned himself in. So that you don't see that every day, but that was a good thing. Everything ended peacefully and that worked out okay. Public works striping, it's taken place. Walmart Boulevard and Creek Street. Thurston County's helping us out with that to accomplish that task because our machine's not functioning properly. So Thurston County is going to help us out with that. And I think that's the big stuff.
All right. For me, just a reminder, tomorrow is community conversations, right? Tomorrow noon at Rallies. And I believe next month we're going to be doing our evening community conversation. It's either next month or I think it's next month. But we'll put some out on Facebook and all that and make sure everyone knows. We are committed to doing at least one of these community conversations in the evening because it's difficult for some folks to make it during the day at noon. So trying to be as accessible as possible. Other than that, that's about all I got. I got a mayor's meeting tomorrow, on Friday. And that's about it. For the council member reports. Starting with Councilmember Richardson.
Nothing to report.
Councilmember Crossman.
Nothing important right now.
Okay. Councilmember Kingheiser.
Well, I went to the public safety meeting and the finance meeting. Looking forward to the Southeast Thurston County or Thurston Fire Authority meeting tomorrow. Saturday, the 28th, there's an emergency preparedness, a disaster emergency preparedness expo at the community center. I learned that on the Thurston County Fabulous Friday 5. Just want to throw it out there to sign up for that. It's really super informative. Talks about things that are happening here in Yelm and all around Thurston County. I supported the chamber today at their luncheon. That was a great presentation through intercity transit.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Councilmember Hess.
Okay.
Councilmember Hess.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's technical difficulty with the mouse pad here.
All right, please go.
Reference to ITA, as you saw that the director came out and spoke to the chamber, and they are working on a lot of things. One of the things that I have asked of her is to find out the exact measurements that are needed for a bus to turn around so that we can work with our planning department in reference to Tahoma Terra at the end so that they can work with the developer there and maybe be able to get that turnaround. That way we can have a bus go down that road and then continue on into Yelm. So I'm still waiting for that answer for those measurements so that our planning department can do the rest of the work. Any questions?
Thank you, Councilmember Hess. Councilmember Palmer.
At a solid waste advisory, they wanted me to remind people, do not put your recyclable materials in bags inside of your recycle can because it gums up the works. So most of that recycled material ends up just getting thrown away. So just put it directly in your recycle can, no bags. And then also the organics management law that was passed, that was House Bill 1799 at 2301, starting to come into effect, getting rolled out. So they want to reduce organic material in landfills by 75% by 2030. And that's going to be put on local municipalities, so cities and counties. So, which would be our waste disposal people.
Dang state.
Yep, so, yeah, so that's coming out. That's gonna be curbside pickup collection. Will be another trash can to add to the collection, I'm sure. I'll be up to 4 now with everything, so. And then they do have free used oil collection. They want to remind people, because I guess there has been dumping going on of used oil. So Rainier and Hadlow House are both used oil collection sites for our area.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Councilor Kaminsky.
No additional meetings, but I was going to ask, who is presenting at the preparedness meeting? Do you know who's giving it?
Do you know?
No, it's different vendors. It's emergency preparedness vendors will be there
Okay,
selling.
not a lecture. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, just like a fair to walk through and get information on from individual vendors. Yeah.
No meetings.
Okay, thank you. We are going to an executive session, so for this is the main business portion that we've had for tonight. We will go in for 20 minutes, and I do have a script that I need to read to Kathy if you read somewhere and give it. But thank you for everyone in attendance. I know there's a couple of you that might need to do a selfie or something with a public official. We can do that real quick before we go in, if that's what you need.
Thank you for the offer.
Yeah. All right, so we are now going to, executive session for 20 minutes to discuss the acquisition of real estate per RCW 42.30.110(1)B. Council will be in executive session until 6:41. That's it, Fred. All right, thanks you again for everyone that attended, and we need to do a picture real quick. We can do that. Yeah.
So that we don't. In terms of work.
Just curious how I'm going to be involved.
lemon pepper tuna.
Heard that.
Almost every day of basic training.
Then I can appreciate.
Drill sergeant hated me.
If I was on council, I would have wanted to hear.
They started off, he overheard me complaining about it, and I think he just ran with it after that.
Perfect timing. All right, we are back, and I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Awesome, got you by air. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. We are adjourned.